Okay, Hare Krishna. We'll continue our discussion on Gajendra Stuti from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Ashtamaskanda, Tritiyodhyaya, Shloka number 28. Namo namastubhyamasahya vega shakti trayaya khiladi gunaya.
Namo namastubhyam asahya vega
Prapanna palaya duranta shaktaye kadhindriyanam vartmane.
Prapanapalaya durantashaktaye kadhindriyanam.
Namaha, I offer my respectful obeisances. Namaha, again I offer my respectful obeisances. Tubhyam, unto you. Asahya, formidable. Formidable means strong. Okay, in simple words, this meaning is strong. So, the same word asahya in Telugu it means ugly. But Sanskrit, asahya means strong, formidable. Vega, forces, like strong forces. Asahya Vega means strong forces. Shakti Trayaya, unto the Supreme Person who has threefold potencies. Akhila, of the universe. The, for the intelligence. Gunaya, who appears as the sense objects. Prapanna Palaya, unto the Supreme who gives shelter to the surrendered. Duranta Shaktaye, who possesses energies very difficult to overcome. Kathindriyanam, by persons unable to control their senses. Anavapya, who is unattainable. Vartmane, on the path. Okay. Chandrakala, can you read this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
My Lord, you are the controller of formidable strength in three kinds of energy. You appear as the reservoir of all sense pleasure and the protector of the surrendered souls. You possess unlimited energy, but you are unapproachable by those who are unable to control their senses. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you again and again. Attachment, greed, and lust are three formidable forces that prevent one from concentrating upon the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These forces act because the Supreme Lord does not like to be realized by non-devotees and atheists. However, when one surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord, these impediments are withdrawn and one can realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the Lord is the protector of the surrendered soul. One cannot become a devotee until one surrenders unto the Lord's lotus feet. Then the Lord gives one the intelligence from within by which one can return home back to Godhead.
Yeah. So, now Gajendra is talking about Saranagati here. In this whole section, 26, 27, 28, 29, these four shlokas, he's doing Saranagati. He's surrendering. He has intensified his prayers and he's doing Saranagati, complete surrender. So he has tried various things. When nothing is working, then he has completely given up everything. He has given up the offer given by the devotees also, and then he has completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord. So in this shloka, Namo Namaste, Namo Namastubhyam Asahya Vega. So there are three strong forces. Asahya Vega, the strong forces. There are three strong forces. Kama, Krodha, Lobha. Lust, anger, and greed. So lust is nothing but a desire, a strong desire to attain something, strong desire to do something, strong desire to attain something, strong desire to attain wealth, a strong desire to attain name and fame, strong desire to, to attain anything, right? So when the desires are not fulfilled, it will lead to krodha. If the desires are fulfilled, it will lead to lobha. And one desire leads to another. If one desire is fulfilled, it will lead to lobha, which is greed. You will develop newer desires. So you're always in this trap, in this roller coaster. See, just like a roller coaster, right? It goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down. It's a never-ending loop. So this life cycle is like that. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam, iha samsare bahudustare, krupaya pare pahi murare. Adi Shankaracharya beautifully mentioned this, that whoever has taken birth, they are sure to die, and whoever is dead, they are sure to take birth again. In this difficult situation of crossing this material world, this material ocean, O Murari, please show some mercy upon us. Krupaya pare pahi murare. Iha samsare bahudustare. Krupaya pare pahi murare. So just like pahi murare, so here Gajendra is saying prapanna palaya. He's calling Bhagavan as prapanna palaya, who is the protector of those who are surrendered. But for those who are not surrendered and who are influenced by the three forces, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, he is not available. He is not available. So last week we discussed that shloka, right? 27 shloka. Yoga randita karmano hrudi yoga vibhavite yogino yam prapashyanti yogesham tam natosmyaham. Hrudi yoga vibhavite. So yogino yam prapashyanti yogesham tam natosmyaham. So yoga randita karmano. When we get rid of the karmic reactions, when our karmic reactions are cleared off, then our heart will become pure. Hrudi yoga vibhavite. Our heart will be illuminating. And then yogino yam prapashyanti. Then we can see Bhagavan in our heart. We can get manasika darshan of Bhagavan. Yogesham tam natosmyaham. To that Supreme Person, I offer my obeisances. So now there's a connection between 27 and 28. So why somebody becomes influenced by the three forces, Asahya Vega, Kama, Krodha, Lobha. Why somebody gets attracted by these three things, or why somebody gets influenced or impacted by these three things. That is because of karmic reactions. Why there are desires in this life? Because we have already created desires in the past life. We have already created many desires we have already created in the past life. And based on those desires, we have formed some more new desires in this life. But majority of our life, majority of this current life was already shaped in the previous life. So as we were living in the previous life, whatever we saw, whatever we heard, whatever we tasted, whatever we touched, we formed some impressions, vasanas, samskaras, and they are all awakening now. Those desires, when the soul transmigrates from one body to another body, all these vasanas, the samskaras, the impressions, the desires, they are carried in the form of subtle body. Subtle body consists of mind, intelligence, and false ego. Sukshma Sharira. We have Stula Sharira, which is the gross body, and we have Sukshma Sharira, which is the subtle body. So mind, intelligence, and false ego. So through the via medium of mind, which is part of the subtle body, all the impressions, vasanas, samskaras, desires are carried. And in the current life, we are trying to fulfill those desires. So how to get rid of these karmic reactions, how to do that yoga randita karmano is by surrendering to the Lord. Because only the Lord can clear off our karmic reactions. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha isyami ma suchaha. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita 18.66, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I will take care of your sinful reactions. So here Gajendra, he has realized that he is under the influence of the three forces, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, because of past reactions, because of reactions from past karma. And he is unable to get rid of that karma by himself. And the manifestation of that karma is grahya. Karma grahya gruhitangam mamuddhara bhavarnavat. So the karma from so many lifetimes is manifesting in the form of grahya, the crocodile. Grahya in Sanskrit means crocodile. So like that in our life, whenever we have a difficult situation, we have to understand that it is nothing but our own karma from past life. It's a reaction from our own karma from past life. So that is one way of looking at it, right? But it's not an ideal way of looking at things. See, this anybody can say this. Even a non-devotee, even a person who is not practicing bhakti, they can say this. That if you do something good, you will get good results. If you do something bad, you will get bad results. That anybody can do it. Anybody can say this. It's a simple karmic principle. This is a simple karma theory, karma siddhanta. Even a person who does not go to temple, he can say this. But what would be the mood of devotees with regards to problems in life? Gajendra has a problem. So what should be the mood of the devotees when there is a problem? Parikshit Maharaj, so this we can understand from Parikshit Maharaj. We can understand from many devotees, but one example is Parikshit Maharaj. When Parikshit Maharaj was cursed to die in 7 days with a snake bite, What did Parishit Maharaj do? Parishit Maharaj, he considered that curse, that shapa, as a form of the Lord. There is a shloka in Bhagavatam, in the first canto, in the very beginning of Bhagavatam. Parishit Maharaj says in these words, Dvija Shapa Rupam. Dvija Shapa Rupam. Can we all repeat that? Dvija Shapa Rupam.
Dvija Shapa Rupam.
Yeah. That means Parishit Maharaj is treating that Shapam as one of the forms of the Lord. See, look at his consciousness. Now, when we were discussing that shloka number 27, Yogino yam prapashyanti. A yogi, when his heart is cleared, when his heart becomes pure, he will have manasik darshan of the Lord in a special way. In whatever form they meditate, that form they will see in their heart. For us, according to our understanding, the form of God means either the actual physical form of God, which we have not seen, and I don't know whether we are going to see in this life or not. But there's a physical form of the Lord, right? In Goloka, in Ayodhya, Vaikunta, there is a physical form of the Lord. And then we get Manasika darshan of the Rupam of the Lord. And then when we go to temple, there is a Archa Murti Vigraha Rupam. And then Bhagavad Gita is a Grantha Rupa. And Bhagavatam is a Grantha Rupa. The holy name is a Nama Rupa. Shabda Rupa. Okay? So, like this, Parishit Maharaj was considering that curse, that Shapam, as a Rupam. See how beautiful that is. Now we consider, as you are progressing in bhakti, right? You consider difficulties are also as a blessing from the Lord. Lord is trying to teach a lesson to us. It is only for our purification. We understand all this. But what Parikshit Maharaj was thinking about is one level higher than this. See, at the lowest level, what general audience think about karma. Do good things, you will get good results. Do bad things, you will get sinful reactions. This is at the lowest level. One level above that is thinking that a devotee thinking that any problem in our life is nothing but a blessing of the Lord. It's for my own purification. That is good. But even higher than that, like Parishit Maharaj is thinking, that Shapam is a Rupam. So how beautiful that is. That Shapam is a Rupam. Lord has come in the form of that Shapam. The Shapam, we cannot see it. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we can see it. But just like how holy name, that Shabda, we cannot see the Shabda, right? Just like that Shapam is also a Rupam. Just like how Namam is a Rupam, Shapam is also a Rupam. That is the highest level of consciousness. Parikshit Maharaj is thinking in that way. So here in this shloka, when Gajendra is saying Namo Namastubhyam Asahya Vega Shakti Trayaya Kiladhi Gudaya Prapanna Palaya Duranta Shaktaye Kadindriyanam Anavapya Vartmane. So Gajendra is saying that, oh my Lord, I am unable to get rid of my karmic reactions and I am under the influence because of those karmic reactions. I am in this life, I am under the influence of Kama, Krodha, Lobha. Now I am surrendering to you, Prapanna. Because you are Prapanna Palaya. You are the protector of the jivas who are surrendering to you. Not this one. Yeah. So this surrender to the Lord, it can be done in multiple ways. One is by chanting the holy name very sincerely. The chanting is actually crying. Just like, you send a child to a daycare. In the beginning days, how will the child behave at the daycare? Almost every day when you go to pick her up or pick him up in the evening, you will see them crying. So the child, if he wants to, when the child is at the daycare, the child wants to see the parents. If the child cries little bit, then the daycare people, they will not call the parents. But if the child cries much louder, then they will take it seriously. And if the child cries much louder, like constantly crying with a big voice, then there is an emergency. The daycare people will call the parents and ask the parents to come immediately. That means if the child wants to see the parents, child has to cry out loud, much louder, as loud as possible. That doesn't mean you have to chant loud. That means you have to chant sincerely. We have to chant sincerely. So only this name can deliver us. Surrendering to the Lord, taking shelter of the Lord is by the means of chanting the holy name, japa. And that japa is of multiple forms, right? Either you chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, chant Vishnu Sahasranama, chant stotrams like this, sing some kirtans, bhajans, like that. Different forms of chanting the names of the Lord. It has to be intense. The daycare example, by giving daycare example, what I was trying to say is intense. Our sadhana has to be intense. Our japa has to be intense. So when you perform intense bhakti, then the Lord will reciprocate. Just like how the parents will come to the daycare immediately because of intense crying of the child. So there is a nice story of a sadhu in Vrindavan. This sadhu, it's a real story. It happened in Vrindavan many years ago, hundreds of years ago. This sadhu, he was worshipping Krishna Balaram in Sakya Bhava, in Sakya Rasa, as a friend. So for many years, he has been serving Krishna Balaram deities. Every day he used to bathe them, and every day he used to dress them up, decorate them, feed them. Every day he used to do arati. So all the Shodashopacharas, every day he used to do. He used to sing kirtans, he used to do japa. So that's his intense sadhana. For many years, he has done intense sadhana. So one day, he was feeling that I'm doing so much of intense sadhana, and Krishna Balaram are not reciprocating to me. They are never talking to me. And he decided to leave Vrindavan and go to Barsana. Because he has heard from everyone that Radharani is more merciful. And Barsana is the home of Radharani. So he thinks Krishna Balaram, they are not so merciful. So standing in front of Krishna Balaram deities, he tells that I have been serving you all of my life for so many years, but you are not reciprocating, you are not talking, you are not responding at all. So I am done. I am done with you and I am leaving. I am leaving to Barsana. So, and then he said, Jai Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe Radhe. By singing like that, he was about to leave. And before that, he was chanting all of his life. What was he chanting? What are the kirtans he was reciting or he was singing? Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram. Yeah, the kartals also. So before this, I just gave a class to Warangal devotees in Telugu. So during that time, I did a small kirtan. So I have the kartals ready. So let's do a small kirtan. Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram.
Jaya
Krishna
Krishna
Balaram,
Balaram,
Jaya
Jaya
Krishna
Krishna
Balaram,
Balaram,
Jaya
Jaya
Krishna
Krishna
Balaram,
Balaram,
Jaya
Jaya Krishna
Krishna
Balaram.
Balaram.
Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram.
Jaya
Krishna
Krishna
Balaram,
Balaram,
Jaya
Jaya
Krishna
Krishna
Balaram,
Balaram,
Jaya
Jaya
Krishna
Krishna
Balaram,
Balaram, Jaya
Jaya
Krishna
Krishna Balaram.
Balaram.
So this is how he was singing. Okay? And who are Krishna and Balaram? Krishna and Balaram, they are Pranadhan of Yashoda and Rohini. Yashoda, Rohini, Pranadhan, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Yashoda, Rohini, Pranadhan, Krishna Balaram. So he was completely immersed in this singing, in serving Krishna Balaram deities intensely. And now he reached to a boiling point. The water, when you are heating water, when you are boiling water or milk or anything on the stove, there is a boiling point. It's a temperature at which the water starts boiling and you will see bubbles, right? That's the boiling point. And metals, when you are heating metals under heavy temperatures, trying to melt them, there is something called as melting point. It's a temperature at which if you heat a metal, it will melt. So like this boiling point, melting point, our sadhu also uh, had a threshold. He has reached to this threshold, to this point, to this peak point, the threshold he has reached. Because every day when he was serving intensely, he was waiting for Krishna Balaram to respond, reciprocate to him in some way. He was expecting them to talk to him actually. But as he has reached this melting point, then he decided to leave. Then he said, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, I'm going to Barsana. Radhamma is more merciful. I'm going there. And when I am not there, nobody is going to feed you. Nobody is going to give you bathe. Nobody is going to bathe you. Huh? So like that saying, he was about to leave. And then he packs his bags and he's about to leave. And soon the news spread all over into the village, and the villagers came running. And they were so worried that if this sadhu leaves, what will happen? Who will take care of Krishna Balaram so nicely? Then all the villagers they fell at the feet of Sadhu and pleaded him not to leave Vrindavan. The villager said, if you go, who will take care of Krishna Balaram? The Sadhu said, you all will take care of him. And the villager said, we are not sincere devotees, we cannot take care of Krishna Balaram so nicely the way you have been taking care of them. So please stay here. Actually, when so villagers say that, but no matter how much they pleaded, this sadhu does not listen, and he starts walking fast towards Barsana. And then the villagers keep following him. The villagers keep following him, and they keep saying that, oh, don't leave. If you leave Krishna Balaram, who will take care of Krishna Balaram? The sadhu, turns back and says, who? What are the names you said? Krishna Balaram? I don't even want to hear those names. I'm going to Radharani. Saying that, he starts walking fast. And then the villagers keep continuing, continue to follow him. And then they keep, pleading him, saying the same thing. Oh, who will take care of Krishna Balaram? Krishna Balaram, who will take care of them? And then every time they say, he turns back and tells the same thing, that I don't even want to hear those names. And after a few times like that, when the villagers said the same thing, that don't leave, oh sadhu, please don't leave, who will take care of Krishna Balaram? And now this time when the sadhu turned back, he saw everybody. He saw Krishna, Balaram, in place of villagers. He did not see villagers. He saw Krishna, Balaram, his friends, Sridhama, Madhumangala. He saw all of his Krishna's friends. Because this sadhu was serving Krishna Balaram in Sakya Bhava as a friend. That's why Krishna and Balaram appeared there along with all the friends. And then he was so pleased to see Krishna Balaram along with all the friends. And then he understood that Krishna Balaram, they have accepted me to be part of their Leela. They have accepted me as one of their friends and to become part of their Leela. So, and then he fell, he offered pranam, falling at the feet of Krishna Balaram. He fell unconscious, and then he left the body. And then Krishna Balaram took him to Goloka Vrindavan, where this sadhu became part of this eternal Leela with Krishna Balaram and all the Gopabai friends. So this happened for real, and this is because of the intense sadhana, and also he was greedy. The sadhu was greedy to see the Lord, to talk to the Lord. He was greedy for the Lord to reciprocate to him. We should also have such greediness. In this shloka number 28, Gajendra is talking about the three forces, lust, anger and greed. We should have, in the initial stage, we should have a desire. Instead of material desire, we should have desire to do bhakti. And as we progress in our bhakti, we have to intensify our bhakti, and the desire should transform into greed. In Sanskrit, greed is called lobha, but there is also another word for that. It's called laulyam. Laulyam means a strong desire to attain something. Lobha. So we should develop greed to attain God. We should develop greed to see darshan of the Lord. We should develop greed to talk to the Lord. So when we have this strong feeling, strong desire in our heart, then the Lord will reciprocate. I mean, we may not see the Lord, we may or may not see the Lord like how this sadhu saw Krishna, Balaram and all the friends together. But Krishna residing here in our heart, He will give that experience. He will give the bliss. He'll give the bliss. He'll give some experience. When you have strong desire, He'll give us some experience. Ye yata mam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham. To the degree in which we approach Him, to the degree in which we worship Him, to that extent, Krishna will reciprocate to us. That sadhu, he
Yeah,
had.
same shloka, Prabhuji, I'm remembering now. That guy is
Just remember that shloka. Yeah. Eyatamam prapadyante. Yeah. It's from 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So,
Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Prabhuji, first canto, chapter 11. I've sent you that, when Krishna comes back to Dwarika, he reciprocated exactly in the same way how he was received by each person.
yata vidhi, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yata vidhi. Yeah. Yes. So, yeah. So, the three forces that are mentioned in this shloka, lust, anger, and greed, kama, krodha, lobha, we can spiritualize them. We can spiritualize them. See, now this sadhu, initially he had a desire to serve Krishna Balaram deities, and he served for many years, and then his desire became so strong, it became greed. No, not greed. His desire became so strong that his desire was not fulfilled. What was his desire? He wanted some reciprocation from the Lord. It was not fulfilled. Then what happened? Krodha, anger. That's what we discussed, right? In the material world, when you have a material desire, if the material desire is not fulfilled, you will get angry. But the same thing we can spiritualize. We can have a desire. If the desire is not fulfilled, then we can get angry. We can get angry on the Lord. And then as we progress in bhakti and as we get angry, I mean, in order to get angry on the Lord, you need to have some progress. You need to have you need to reach to a certain stage in bhakti. If you are starting bhakti now like this, in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, we are not qualified to show anger on the Lord. So only after intense bhakti, after many years, then we become qualified to show anger on the Lord, like Yashodamma showed.
Just like Ramdas showed his anger in the way of kirtanas.
Correct. There's a nice kirtan, right? he tells um, that is Guha your relative? Guhudu నీకు చుట్టమా?
గుండెలకు హత్తుకున్నావు,
గుండెలకు హత్తుకున్నావు,
శబరి
శబరి
ఎవరి నీకు
తోబుట్టువా, ఎంగిలి పళ్ళను తిన్నావు. అండ్ దెన్ దానికన్నా ముందు టెంపుల్ కట్టించాను అనడానికి ఏదో అంటారు. ఏదంటారు?
సీతమ్మకు చేయిస్తిని చింతాకు పథకము.
సీతమ్మకు చేయిస్తిని చింతాకు పథకము.
తిలాకు జనక రాజు ఇచ్చిన ఆర్ దశరథు కట్టిన
నీ
ఎవరు
రాజ్యం
సొమ్ము
రాసిమ్మంటినా, నీ దర్శనమే ఇమ్మంటిని కాని ఏలరావు. So yes, thank you Ramesh Prabhu for
వెరీ
reminding me of
కరెక్ట్
that.
ఎగ్జాంపుల్, కరెక్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్.
Perfect song in this context. So yeah, I think there is one line in that. It's actually a bad word
ఎవడబ్బ
towards the Lord. Correct. Evadabba sommu. Yeah. Yes, correct.
Prabhuji, translation, please.
Translation. Okay.
To translate.
whose money it is.
Whose money it is. So I'll tell you the story in few words. There is a great devotee called Ramadas, devotee of Lord Rama. So Ramadas, he builds a temple for Ramachandra in Bhadrachalam, a place in Andhra Pradesh. So he collects money from all the villagers, every coin like that he collects from everybody, and then with a lot of hard work, great effort, he builds a temple for him. And then after a few years,
that money is not money is collected not for the temple. He's collected for he's a Kotwal somewhere. He's posted in the government. He collected on behalf of that government, but he used that money for temple construction.
No, but he collects donations for temple construction also, right?
But he transferred some of the amount collected from the taxes also included in that amount.
Yes, and that is as per the government policies only, right?
Yes.
So you can do welfare activities. Temple construction is part of welfare activities. So part of that money, and also he collects donations from everybody, and then he builds a temple, and some of his own money also, right? So everything together he builds a temple, and thereafter, but the previous president of the village executive office, he does not like all these things. As Ramadasu was getting popular and he's building temples and all these things, the opponent, he does not like all these things, and then they make a cunning plan to imprison Ramadasu, and Ramadasu is sent to jail. And there is a reason why he was sent to jail, because in the early days he used to have a parrot as a pet. So he used to keep the parrot in the cage. So we should not have any pet, any animal in a cage like that, because
Not even for fun. Not even for fun.
Not even for fun. So because the bird has a right to fly freely in the universe, and the bird has a right to live its own life. But if you are engaging that means there is a karmic reaction. So because of that, in the later stage, after the temple construction is completed, Ramadasu, he is imprisoned, and in the prison, he goes through many difficulties. They beat him up, all those things. And then, but still, constantly he is chanting Lord Rama's name only. But just like the sadhu in Vrindavan, he is not getting darshan of the Lord. And then he sings this song, saying that I have offered beautiful necklaces to Sitamma. I have built a temple for you. Whose money is that? Is that the money of your father-in-law, Janaka? So like that, he is kind of scolding. He shows his anger towards Lord Ramachandra. Then finally Ramachandra gives darshan. So like that, intense. So when Lord is not reciprocating immediately, that means he is waiting to intensify our bhakti. He is waiting to intensify our bhakti. So when we chant sincerely, so because Ramesh Garu reminded me of this Telugu song, I got reminded of another song. Nārāyaṇa namame gatika korikalu māku konasagutaku. So there are beautiful lines in that kirtan.
Anvachara Kirtan, I think.
Anvachara Kirtan. So the non-Telugu speaking people, you have to tolerate me for the next 5-10 minutes. I'm going to sing that song. I'm going to explain in English. You can get the English portion, but the song I'm going to sing in Telugu. So Ankita loved it.
Yeah, anything
Ankita
in
loves Telugu.
not Telugu, anything for Krishna. If whatever language he wants, we shall continue that. It's fine. As long as the translation is given, that's fine.
Yeah. So let
It's
me.
Krishna's will today. So let's go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a beautiful kirtan written by Annamacharya, one of the Sankirtana acharyas from Telugu. So he has written 32,000 kirtans glorifying the Supreme Lord, Vishnu, Venkateshwara, Krishna, Ramachandra, different forms of the Supreme Lord. So, and this song also that I'm going to sing now, it has a close connection with what we discussed on Friday and also today's shloka, 27 and 28. The song goes like this. Nārāyaṇa ni namame gatika korikalu nāku konasagutaku. Nārāyaṇa, Nārāyaṇa. Pai mundhata pavajaladi Dapu venaka jinta jaladi Pai mundata bhavajaladi Dapu venuka chinta jaladi Chapalamu naduma samsara jaladi Chapalamu naduma samsara jaladi Tepayedika teganidutaku Tepayedidi teganidutaku Nārāyaṇa ni namame gatika korikalu māku konasagutaku. So, what is the first two lines? The Pallavi say, Nārāyaṇa ni namame gati. That means your holy name is the only shelter for us. For what? Korikalu naku konasagutaku. To fulfill our desires. And that's the topic of today's shloka, right? There are three strong forces. We have desires, we have material desires, but we have to spiritualize them. We need to develop spiritual desires. The spiritual desire is to go to the spiritual world, to see the Lord, to experience the bliss of serving the Lord in a relation, as a friend, as a mother, as a lover, like that. So the first two lines, the Pallavi says, Nārāyaṇa ni nāmame gatīka korikalu naku konasagutaku. So did everyone understand this? Even the non-Telugu people also? Yes, Ankita
I
says yes.
posted the song in the group, sir.
You posted the song? Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah. And then the next charanam. There are three charanams. Next charanam is, the first charanam is Pai Pai Mundata Bhavajaladi. That means, in the first place, there is this material ocean, Bhavajaladi. Bhavajaladi. You know, we discussed this in Mukundamala Stotra also, right? Bhavajaladi. Bhavajaladi gatanam dvandvavatahatanam sutaduhitrukalaatra trana bhararditanam vishama vishayato ye majjatam aplavanam bhavatu sharanameko Vishnu poto naranam Bhavajaladi magadam dustaram nistareyam Katamahamiti cheto masmaga kataratvam. Right? So Bhavajaladi. So in the first place, there is a Bhavajaladi. We are in the Bhavajaladi. That's what that line means. And then the line after that, Dapu Venuka Chinta Jaladi. That means behind that, there is an ocean of distress. Now, what is the difference between Bhavajaladi and Chinta Jaladi? Bhavajaladi means we are in this cycle of birth and death. That is Bhavajaladi. And then Chinta Jaladi means we are in the ocean of distress, Dukkha Sagara. The first one is Bhava Sagara, second one is Dukkha Sagara. Because we are in the Bhava Sagara, birth and death, we are subject to go through distress. This material world is Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. It's a place of miseries. That's why Dapu Venuka Chinta Jaladi. So in the first place, there is Bhavajaladi, Pai Pai Mundata Bhavajaladi, Dapu Venuka Chinta Jaladi. And then Chapalamu Naduma Samsara Jaladi. Between these two, Naduma, between these two, what is there? Samsara Jaladi. The ocean of attachments, the ocean of desires, the ocean of ocean of desires and attachments. Attachments to wealth, attachment to family members, attachment to friends, relatives. That is Samsara Jaladi. Chapalamu Naduma Samsara Jaladi. So there are three oceans. What are the three oceans? Pai Pai Mundata Bhavajaladi. Dapu Venuka Chinta Jaladi. Chapalamu Naduma Samsara Jaladi. So in the first place there is Bhavajaladi. And then behind that there is Chinta Jaladi, the ocean of distress. And then there is, in between those two, there is Samsara Jaladi. Tepa Edi Idi Tegani Dutaku. Tepa. Tepa means a boat. Where is the boat? Tepa edi. Where is the boat? Ivi teganidutaku. Ivi means these three oceans, these three jaladis. Ivi teganidutaku. To swim across these three oceans. Very hard, in a hard way. Teganidutaku means to cross over these three oceans in a hard way. Okay, that's the meaning of first charanam. Second charanam. Pandenu yedama papa purashi andanu gudipi punya purashi. Pandenu yedama papa purashi andanu gudini punya purashi. Pandenu yedama papa purashi. On the left side, there is a mountain of sinful activities, papa karma.
Ida. Present Ida. Ida Pengala.
And then on the right side, Andanu Gudi Punya Purashi. On the right side, there is Punya Karma. So on one side, there is a mountain of Papa Karma. On the other side, there is a mountain of Punya Karma. Kondanu Naduma Triguna Rashi. Between these two mountains, between the two mountains of Papa Karma and Punya Karma, there is another mountain called Triguna Rashi. Triguna Parvat. Like Trikuta Parvat, there is Triguna Parvat. Trikuta Parvat from Gajendra Moksha Leela. Now here Annamacharya is saying Triguna Rashi, Triguna Parvat. So what is this Triguna Parvat, Triguna Rashi?
Sattva, Rajotama.
Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Okay. We are under the influence of these three modes, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. In the 28th shloka that we are discussing today, Namo Namastubhyam Asahya Vega. That Asahya Vega, the three forces, right? The three forces in the purport, Prabhupada writes them as lust, anger and greed. But we can also consider them as the three gunas. The three forces, lust, anger and greed, that is one way of understanding it. Another way of understanding is three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So there is a mountain of Papa Karma, another on the right side there is a mountain of Punya Karma, in between Kondalu Naduma, Triguna Rashi. Nindagudu Chutaku Nilukada Edi. Nindagudu Chutaku. That means to clear this, to clear all these Punya Karma, Papa Karma, and to get rid of influence of Trigunas. Nilukada Edi. Nilukada Edi means what is the anchor? See, for a boat, what do you need for the boat to bring the boat to the shore? You need something to hold, that anchor. So where is the anchor to hold? That anchor is Nārāyaṇa ni nama megatika korikalu maku konasagutaku. Now these are all the desires. In the first line, Pallavi, Annamacharya mentioned about a desire. To fulfill our desires, your name is the only shelter. Now in the next charanams, first, second, third charanams, he is giving the desires, list of desires. First charanam, the desire is to cross over the oceans, the three oceans. Bhavajaladi, Chintajaladi and Samsara Jaladi. Second Charanam, he wants to get rid of 3 mountains. The mountain of Punya Karma, mountain of Papa Karma, mountain of Trigunas. Now the last Charanam, the last stanza or the last Charanam. That is, Kindi lokamulaku Kidu Narakamulu Andeti Swargalane Mida. Kindi lokamulu Kidu Narakamulu. The lower planetary systems, they are hellish planets. Atala, Sutala, Vitala, Rasatala, Talatala. There are seven planetary systems in the lower planets. Kindi lokamulu, Kidu Narakamulu. They are hellish planets. Andeti Swargalane Mida. And above there are heavenly planets. They appear as if you can reach them, but they are not reachable. Chendi Antaratma Shri Venkatesha. Chendi Antaratma Shri Venkatesha. Niyande Paramapada Mavalammanedi. Chendi Antaratma. Antaratma means our spirit soul. Our spirit soul, if the spirit soul, if the Atma reaches that Paramapadam, the Paramapadam of Sri Venkatesha, Nārāyaṇa. So what is the way for the Atma, for the Antaratma to reach the Paramapadam of Bhagavan? That is again the name. Nārāyaṇani Namame Gatika Korikalu Naku Konasagutaku. So like that, this is a beautiful kirtan.
In general, in other songs లో కోరికలు అంతమవడానికి కోరికలు తీరడానికి అని విన్నాము. బట్ కోరికలు కొనసాగుటకు అనేసరికి ఆ వర్డ్ కొంచెం అనిపించింది. బట్ కింద కోరికలు వినిన తర్వాత సో దోస్ ఆర్ స్పిరిచువల్ కోరికలు. దట్స్ వై ఐ కొనసాగుటకు నీ నామము అని. ఇన్ జనరల్ మిగతా సాంగ్స్ లో ఎక్కడ కోరికలు తీరటానికి అని పాడతారు, లేదా కోరికలు ఆగిపోవడానికి. బట్ కోరికలు కొనసాగుటకు అనగానే నాకు సర్ప్రైజింగ్ గా అనిపించింది. బట్ కింద వినిన తర్వాత దోస్ ఆర్ స్పిరిచువల్
desires. Yeah. So to fulfill the spiritual desires, the holy name is the shelter. Nārāyaṇa ni namame gati. Yeah. So what else is there in today's shloka? Shakti trayaya kila dhi gunaya. Shakti traya, unto the Supreme Person who has threefold potencies. Threefold potencies means, okay, let me share my screen. So this word Shakti trayaya, unto the Supreme Person who has threefold potencies. The Lord has 3 energies. Potency means energy. What are the 3 energies? The 3 energies are spiritual energy, material energy, and then marginal energy. So spiritual energy, because of spiritual energy, there is a spirit soul. And because of the Lord's material energy, we see the matter in the world. The earth, water, fire, air, ether, these are the different forms of the matter. All these are the material energy of the Lord. And the spirit soul, our Atma, is the spiritual energy of the Lord. And besides these two, there is a marginal energy, marginal potency. Tatastha. Okay, so first one is Antaranga Shakti. Okay, internal potency or internal energy, spiritual energy, that is called Antaranga Shakti. And then material energy, Bahiranga Shakti or Bahya Shakti or Bahiranga Shakti, external energy or material energy. And in between, it is Tatastha Shakti, marginal potency. So this marginal potency, it's like a bridge between spiritual energy and material energy. So you can be on the bridge. The jivas, they can be on the bridge. They can either they have an option, either to go towards spiritual energy or towards material energy. So right now, we are attracted to material energy. We are on the bridge, but we are attracted to the material energy. Our goal is, our desire is to get attracted to spiritual energy. So Gajendra, by calling out the Lord as Shakti Trayaya Khiladi Gunaya, oh Lord, I am on the bridge. Please help me. Please give me the intelligence. There is a word Di in this shloka. Di means intelligence. Oh Lord, please give me the intelligence so that I will come to the spiritual side. Right now, I am inclined towards material side, but from this bridge, okay, let me come to the spiritual side. Please give me the intelligence to come to spiritual side. So this is a little advanced topic about the three energies, Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, Tatastha Shakti. But if you just understood this much, that is enough. So there is a Upanishad talking about these three energies in great detail. We don't need to know so much. All we need to know is we need to pray to the Lord to get the intelligence to go to the spiritual side. Okay, and Gajendra is also calling the Lord as Gunaya, who appears as the sense objects. Prapanna Palaya, unto the Supreme, who gives shelter to the surrender. Duranta Shaktaye, who possesses energies very difficult to overcome. Kadindriyanam, is it 10:5? Okay. Kadindriyanam, by persons unable to control their senses. Anavapya, who is unattainable. So maybe we can continue this shloka tomorrow, and then the last one, 29. So probably tomorrow will be the concluding session. Okay. So we can pause here. Any questions, comments, reflections?
I'm just thinking, Prabhuji, very motivating to think that as a human, we will definitely have desires like Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Maya, everything. So today's session just gave me an understanding that why don't we use that in a positive direction to reach Krishna? Use the same thing, but
Yes.
for Krishna.
Yeah.
That is very motivating, and that's what I'll ponder upon more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we need to have this strong desire. Yeah.
So you also told about Ananya Bhakti, right? In world material things, I should not say mine, 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 but
Yeah.
when it comes to Krishna, we can think it is my Krishna. Like that.
Yeah. Yes, correct. Yeah. Whatever we do in material life, we can spiritualize it. The desires, material desires, we can spiritualize. The material feelings. We have this mamata, right? We have mamata towards our material relations. But the same mamata, we can continue to have the same mamata on our children, family members. But how to translate, how to transform that mamata to spiritual mamata? By understanding that all these material relations, They are nothing but part and parcel of Krishna. They are children of Krishna, and I am the caretaker. In this life, I am the caretaker. So let me take care of them nicely. So we can have mamata for them, but in a spiritual way. Not in a material way, thinking that, oh, she's my daughter, he's my son, he's my husband, she's my wife, my parents. So we don't need to have this material attachment. We can have attachment, but a spiritual attachment. When you have this spiritual connection, in fact, you will have more attachment. To the same parent, you will have more attachment. To the same child, you will have more attachment. To the same spouse, you will have more attachment. And that is okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Anything?
Sir, in yoga, pranayama, the Ida Pingala is represented. This is for past life karma, this is for the future agami. And when we attain both this, we will attain the Sushumna Nadi to reach the Sahasrara. In that sense also, we can represent.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. But it is for Ashtanga yogis. Yeah, which is not practical for us. For us, what is practical is Bhakti Yoga. So simply chanting the name intensely, that can clear off the Papa karma and Punya karma. Yeah.
Prabhuji, there are people who like don't believe in God and then they scold God. But today you told about his real devotee. He reached that threshold and scolded. So the difference is ego only, right, Prabhuji? The people who don't believe, they think they are everything. But here it's genuine anger.
Yeah, it's not
in
ego.
this song, we should not think he is scolding the God. This is called akrosam. Again, akrosam. What is the English word? I don't know.
Outpour, something like outpour.
Yes.
How a
Yeah.
mother
It is
scolds
not scolding.
how a
Correct.
mother scolds daughter. That's it.
Yeah, correct.
I'm doing many things. Still, you are not appearing. In that feeling, he expressed his feeling like that.
Avedana.
That avedana.
Avedana.
Avedana is the simple word. Akros is the strongest word.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, first ఆవేదన వస్తుంది తర్వాత ఆక్రోశం. Yeah.
Like yeah, correct. Like we get angry on our parents or something like that, but it's just we are not getting something right.
Gita also one sloka is the kama krodha. Kama is intensify krodha. It comes as
Yeah.
Prabhuji, Bhagavatam, is there any scenario like this, Prabhuji? Like this Avedana or anybody did that?
Yeah, even gopis. Gopis also did the same thing. When Krishna was doing Rasa Leela with gopis, suddenly Krishna disappears, right?
Yeah.
Then they start scolding him. They show anger and they start scolding him. They say, Tava katamrutam tapta jivanam kavibiriditam kalmashapaham Tava katamrutam tapta jivanam. So what is the Sanskrit meaning of that? Tava katamrutam. Your, the nectar of your kata. Tapta jivanam. That is nectar for the people who are distressed. Tapta jivanam means people who are distressed. People who are distressed, who are almost dead, for them, your katha is like nectar. It's like amrutam, sanjeevani. That is the actual meaning, word for word meaning. But the Gopi Bhava is, because Krishna has disappeared from Rasa Leela, they are saying, Tava katha mritam. Mritam. Your katha is mritam. Your katha will bring mrityu to somebody. And it will make people dead. Tapta jivanam. It will make jivanam as tapta. Tapta jivanam. So they have shown this anger to Krishna. Yeah.
Parokshawada. You told that.
Parakshavada. In an indirect way. They are singing. It is called Gopi Geet. It's a kirtan. But what are they doing in the kirtan? They are showing their greed. They are showing their greed to see the Lord. They are showing their anger. Lord is not giving his darshan. They are showing their anger. Okay. With this, we'll conclude here. Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Grantara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Shri Gajendra Stuti ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nārāyaṇa Kila Guru Bhagavan
Namaste.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Melodious song and all the things.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.